Hey people, this is Jake, bringing another Percy Jackson YouTube video. Just what you needed in your life, wasn't it? We'll go with that. So before I get in the video, I wanted to ask you all, I kind of want to do another Q&A video. And by Q&A, I don't mean like questions about me like personally. I mean like, if you have like a question about Percy Jackson that you would like to hear my take on, go ahead and ask me. So if you want, I've done one of these before and it was pretty fun. So I would like to do another one. If you guys would like to see that, go ahead and ask me a question in the comment section. And if you don't want to see me do that, then just don't ask a question, because if I don't have enough questions, I won't be able to do it anyway. So yeah, that, but more importantly, this video. Now, I'm assuming you all can read. If you can't read, then congratulations on finding this video. I'd like to know how, but you probably can't write either, so maybe ask someone else to explain it to me. But anyway, if you can't read, you would have seen that this is a spoiler video for The Burning Maze. So if you haven't read The Burning Maze, you might not want to watch this. But I am only covering one specific spoiler. And if you've been spoiled at all in The Burning Maze, you probably already know the spoiler. But if you don't, or you're not sure, then I gracefully suggest that you all save this for a later date. But for those of you who would like to watch, let's get into it. So as you all know, I'm a Jason Grace fan. And as you all also know, Jason Grace is now dead, thanks to Dick Riordan. Now, that raises problems for me as a fan. So I have a simple solution for this. And it is called, It Didn't Happen. Now some of you may have already put this into effect. And to those of you that have, I applaud your proactiveness. Good job on that. I don't know why me myself have not come up with this sooner. But see, what kept happening is I like to daydream about Jason. Now that may sound a little weird, but that's fine. But it's not just Jason, it's the Riordan verse as a whole. I like to daydream about them. I like to daydream about the gang, the seven. Maybe it could just be anything, like them hanging out at the beach, or them hanging out at school, or them just talking. It could be anything. And I'll have these daydreams. But then I keep running into this wall. That is, it's kind of hard to imagine Jason actually doing fun stuff when he's no longer alive. Now this may not be a problem for some of you. Some of you may not care. Some of you may say, well, they're not actually real in the first place, Jake, so you can imagine doing whatever. Sure, that makes sense. But it's hard for me to do that, knowing that he's dead. It's hard for me to imagine the boy, Jay Grace, living a life when his fictional life of everything that it is no longer here. Now, I could imagine him spending time in Elysium, but it's not the same thing. So, thus brings my simple solution. It didn't happen. You can call it rejection or denial or whatever, but I call it he ain't dead. You can deny it. You can call me a denier, but it doesn't matter because he's alive. See how that works? Also, this brings in a good kind of remedy for the situation that is spoiling, okay? Now, for a lot of you, this may not apply. For those of you that don't know how to keep your mouth shut and your fingers on the keyboards, off the keyboards when it comes to spoilers. But for those that like to not spoil our fellow fandom, our fellow fandamily, this also brings a good solution, because it is kind of hard to talk in like a fandom forum or whatever and not mention that Jason is dead. You know, it's hard to go around and maybe even saying something about Jason, because then you're worried about some commenter coming in and saying, oh, well, it really sucks that he's dead, because then, you know, someone else is going to get spoiled. So it just kind of throws a whole wrench into it, which is another thing. Thank you, Dick, I mean. For putting us in this situation, for putting us in this very awkward situation. Now, the solution that this brings is, well, he's not dead. So we just act like he's not dead, and we don't even have to worry about people spoiling. They come into our comments being like, oh, well, Jake, he's dead. You know, that's so sad. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's not dead. And they'll be like, well, no, he is dead. Like, have you not read The Burning Maze? Well, I have read The Burning Maze. He's alive. What are you talking about? Well, what are you talking about? And then we all come together. Now, I think this would work rather well. Alright, so now that I've laid out my plan, let's just take some time just practicing it, feeling it out. Okay, here we go. Man, isn't it awesome that Jason's still alive right now? Like, I wonder what kind of things he's doing with his girlfriend Piper that he is still dating. Oh wow, they must be having some awesome times right now. Where was it they were going? San Francisco, right? Oh, I bet they're in school right now. I bet they're in the same school right now. And Jason's not in some weird boarding school for only dudes. Man, I bet that they're having an awesome time in high school together right now. You know, Jason's grades are probably pretty bad right now though. Maybe he plays some sports. Basketball? Yeah, I think he could dunk on some people, being that he could fly. I really wonder how that works even. How does that work? Like, if he just like fly, if he's playing basketball, right? And then he just decides to fly and dunk on somebody, how would that look in the mist? Because he's only like 6 feet. I say only, I'm like 5'8", so. But still, in terms of like dunking, if like you're a 6-foot white dude, people don't expect you to be able to dunk. So I wonder if that just looks like he just has mad hops. Eh. But anyway, so yeah, mad hops, Jason Air Grace. I like it, sort of. We can work on that. Oh, and maybe Piper's not a cheerleader because that would be weird. But Piper's watching from the crowd. Maybe charm speaking the whole crowd to shout Air Grace. I like it. What else could happen? Monster fighting. You know, I like, because let's be real. I mean, we can all pretend like the demigods are going to go off and have a nice, safe life at school or college, be it as you may. But they're still going to get some attacked by some monsters. But of course, none of those monsters will kill them. Right? None of those monsters will kill them. So let's think of some cool monsters for them to kill. Maybe talking horses, or maybe snarky dudes that no one likes. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Yeah, let's give that some thought. What else could go on? Oh, Tempest. He could ride his horse in all the storms, and that would be so cool. And he could be with the Piper. Yeah, I think all that sounds pretty cool. What could be some of their professions? Maybe a pilot. I could see that. Could you all see that? Maybe just go all the way and become a professional basketball player. That would be pretty cool. Him and Piper would get married, obviously, together forever, like Percy and Annabeth. I think that would be great. Yeah, I don't see any reason why that can't happen. So yeah, what would be his profession? Professional basketball player, one, okay. Airplane pilot, like we said, also could work. Maybe he could just go in the architecture business with Annabeth, okay? Now let me explain that, because he's still going to build all those temples. He is going to build all those temples for the gods, like he promised in Camp Jupiter. You know, like he had the little layout and everything that he's totally going to follow through on and build, because he's not dead. And yeah, maybe so he could use some architectural help and experience in that department. Annabeth could come in. Maybe if he has some talent for that, you know, he's a smart dude, good with leadership, all that jazz. Maybe he could get in that business if he likes it. Maybe they could all like work together, you know? Oh, that would be cool, okay? Imagine Piper, Jason, Annabeth, and Percy all working into some architectural business. Obviously, Annabeth would oversee all the designs and stuff. Piper could oversee like promotion, you know, just charm speak everyone to come in. Percy could deal with irrigation, okay? And then Jason could kind of just be like the kind of leadership dude. I don't know. He could help build. He could do, oh, building. Bring Leo in here. Bring Leo in here. And Frank, he can do something. He can do something, yeah. And Nico could even come in and help with the darker emo stuff. There you go. Let's think of a name for that. Of the Sevens plus Nico architectural business. I think that works. The 7 plus Nico architectural business. I would go. I don't have enough money to buy a house, but I'll go buy a house. Yeah. Well, that was, yeah, I think a lot of good ideas there. So guys, I have to tell you, it feels pretty good knowing that Jason's alive and thriving in the world. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I can't even remember what I talked about in like the first half of it. But it was nice daydreaming about the live Jason doing some good stuff that alive demigods do. I really think so. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe even enjoy daydreaming about the Jason that is still alive and going upon totally living your life knowing Jason's alive. In comments, in forums, in future videos that I will be giving no notion to the erroneous thought that Jason is dead because he's alive, and that will never change. Okay, quote time. Don't waste your time or time will waste you. That's from Muse, the band, and the song is called The Knights of Sidonia. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I'm sorry. It's an awesome song. You should check it out. You should also do fun stuff today and have an awesome day. Peace.